Well, that was horrible. That was very horrible, and it's a lot of the same shit, really. Man City 2, Arsenal 1. That's pretty much the league done. Even if you said that it wasn't done during the Bournemouth game or after the Bournemouth game, it is definitely done now. I think we can all say, even the most delusional of Arsenal fans can say the league's done because if City win their game in hand, they're on the same amount of points as us, and I'm pretty sure they got a better goal difference. And whether they do or not, it's not going to come down to goal difference because we are going to lose more games. We'll probably lose to Newcastle, or Fulham, or Burnley, or West Ham, or Palace last game of the season. I'm not even thinking about the Champions League semi-final at the minute because I'm not looking forward to that. And I said in my past stream as well, the fact that this club got to a Champions League semi-final and literally no one is excited, that shows the state of affairs with our football club. But forget the next sort of few weeks. Let's look at today because when I saw that team lineup, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you starting Kai Havertz? Why did Joker? Okay, we'll get to Jokeres in a bit, but why was Havertz starting? Why is Erdegaard just come out of the blue for no reason and starting the biggest game of our season? Starting the biggest game of possibly this guy's whole tenure at Arsenal. Because if we won today, maybe, just maybe, we probably have belief again that we can go on to win this league. But he starts Havertz, he starts Erdegaard, he moves Eze out of position, but to be fair, he done it right, so I'm not going to look at that. And he started Rice again when we all know he should be rested. But then he does that, and then we start well. We actually start right. I'm not saying we were scintillating or anything, but we were actually pressing Man City. And for that first sort of half an hour, I thought, do you know what? We're not sitting back how we normally do in these type of games. We're actually pressing them high. We forced them into a lot of mistakes. And then we have an absolute mare defensively. Eze gets bullied out of the duel. And then Cherky just absolutely runs ragged in the box and puts them 1-0 up. And to be fair, he had a chance before that as well. I don't know how, I thought that was in. I don't know how we didn't score. But to be fair, City were getting chances, but they weren't. And I think we did grow into the game. We grew into the game quite a bit, and then City get that goal, and straight away we get the equaliser, a massive howler from Donnarumma. Which, to be fair, that kind of annoyed me because literally, I think from the second half onwards, we were not closing down Donnarumma the way we should have done. And to be honest, that was the only good thing Kai Havertz done, really. Well, I say that. He was winning a few aerial duels. That's what you're meant to do, mate. You're up front. But apart from that, he was rubbish as well. But I'm saying that, and we weren't, like I said, we weren't, like, amazing, but we were sort of doing our thing, and then the first half sort of peters out. It was a pretty dead game for the rest of that first half, and then you go into half time and you're thinking, right, City are definitely gettable. That ball over the top is constantly troubling them. But we're going to have to weather the first half, start of the second half either way. After that, start to make some changes. So, the second half starts. They get a few half chances. One from Haaland in particular, one from Kuznetsov in particular. I think it was Kuznetsov anyway. And then we just can't get the ball. Havertz can't hold the ball up. He's getting bullied by Kuznetsov. Martinelli comes on at half time for Noni Madueke, who was god awful. It's like he was being an outlet, but at the same time he wasn't, because he was fucking losing it every time he got the ball. So Martinelli comes on, drops an absolute stinker for that whole game, gives the ball away in a dangerous area, pretty much passes them the ball, and they almost score off the back of it. And then you're thinking, right, we're losing the game a bit here. Let's make some changes. We don't. They get the goal. Horror show defensively. Gabriel Saliba. I think Mosquera was involved in there as well. And then you're thinking, right, can we make some changes now? We do. He brings on Ben White and Trossard. A Trossard who is massively out of form. A Ben White who is massively out of form. When you've got Gabriel Jesus on the bench, Max Dowman on the bench, Gyökeres on the bench. But no, you bring on Trossard and Ben White like for like changes. This guy, over his whole tenure at Arsenal, either only knows how to make panic substitutions or like for like changes. They both come on. They are both bang average. And then, on top of all that, he takes off Eberechi Eze, who wasn't having his best game, but had the chance that hit the post, was starting to actually get on the ball and dictate a few things. And instead of, taking Odegaard off, which should have been done, at half time, really, you should have taken Odegaard off and then put Eze in the 10. But no, you take Eze off. We did not create a single opportunity apart from maybe the Kai Havertz chance at the end, and then the Ben White, not the Ben White, the cross from the free kick, or was it the free kick or corner? I can't quite remember. But we had the chance with Gabriel when he was tussling with O'Reilly, and then the Kai Havertz chance. And the Kai Havertz chance before that was made by Eze, but you take him off. Okay, so Havertz is dropping a stinker. You then think, then you think, right, I've got Jesus and Gyökeres on the bench. Surely I'll bring one of them on to make a difference. No, you bring on Gyökeres in the 84th minute and give him about 10 minutes to do something when that change should have been made earlier, or you started him. That game symbolised everything wrong with this guy's game management. He either makes the wrong subs, the subs are too late, and he hangs out players to dry. Eze should not have come off, Odegaard should have. Havertz should have come off, Gyökeres should have come on way earlier, or started. And Max Dowman again, where is he? He's been one of our brightest sparks in the past couple of weeks. But this guy, and I said this so many times to people outside of YouTube, if this guy has any balls about him, he will start Max Dowman on the weekend. But no, he mixed up the whole front three, fucks about, brings his favourite players in, and we fucks about and we found out. And now the title is gone. Don't care about Newcastle, don't care about Fulham, Burnley, West Ham Palace. That Atletico Madrid semi-final, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Because LA, yes, we beat them 4-0, but they have got some players that can hurt us. And a lot of their players know how to win. And they got the likes of Alvarez who won at City, Griezmann's there, Sorloth is there, Llorente's still there, got the likes of Koke that's still there, Lenormand's there, he won with Spain. We're fucked. Like, we're properly fucked. But yeah, disgusting. Arteta should have been gone. Sack him. He should have been sacked in the tunnel. We got City fans trolling us with Arsenal bottles. That's that guy who was on Sky Sports last week, becoming a nationwide meme now against us. Brilliant. It's fucked. Like, sub, share, do whatever the fuck you gotta do, and I'll see you lot in a bit.